How did you develop your confidence and charisma?
We all have this idea, right? That confidence is something you have or don't have. That's something that I see on a daily basis. And I used to think the exact same thing. It was something I did not have. And it
So,
wasn't that I was super insecure or didn't believe that I was valuable. I was just a little bit more reserved in some ways than in others. And part of my story, part of my testimony that people are, I'm sure, very familiar with at this point is that when I was 14, I had an eating disorder. And it wasn't because of a pre existing lack of confidence. The lack of confidence came after or during the time I had my eating disorder. So it was a little bit flipped. It took me about a year to get back to a healthy lifestyle. I didn't have the eating disorder anymore. And I'd really worked hard to get through that, but it was something I suffered through silently. And one day, a man came to me, one of my dad's really close friends who has since passed away, bless his soul. He came to me before I competed for Miss Independence, literally the day of the pageant. And he was like, I need to speak to Bella. So I come downstairs and he sits me down and he said, I need you to listen to me very, very clearly. And he said, when you walk on that stage, you are going to walk onto it like a queen and you will walk off of it like a queen, whether you win the crown or not, because that's the most important thing. And you can never lose, you can only learn. So even if you don't walk away with the crown, that's not a loss, that's a learning lesson. I don't know what exactly it was about the 5 minutes this man sat down and spoke with me, but my life pretty much changed in an instant. That was, I won in 2018. So that's been, it's 2026, 8 years.
that's crazy.
It's been a long time. And those things have stuck with me since then. And that's where my confidence started to spike back up because it's where I started to find purpose. It was after I won Miss Independence. I did end up winning. It was after I won that I started my nonprofit and I found so much passion and purpose in that. And that's where I started to surround myself more with people who were like minded, people who wanted to give back, people who were willing to volunteer. And confidence grows in groups. That's something I stand by. And so it was kind of just from there that the confidence began to grow, right? Confidence isn't a personality trait, but charisma more so is. If I'm charismatic, I think that's something I've always had since I was a kid because of the people and the place I was raised in, right? And even if it dipped during my dark time, once I refound confidence, it's something that I think came back.